sweat is the body's way of cooling you. Mm-hmm. So this also goes with why you don't have to actually get those super high levels of heat in order to start to have like, a super sweat. That's the body's way of trying to cool you down. The detoxification comes from the cellular function.
Got it.
So say when we're talking about like fat loss, fat release, right? So again, infrared rays are penetrating the body and telling cells what they're supposed to be doing. And the fat cells, which love to stay closed, are getting rattled. Oh, I gotta explode.
Interesting.
That is the detoxification process. There is actually opening those cells to release. So then when you then go expel, you have now detoxified yourself.
Well, welcome back to the Remember You podcast, the place where we peel back the layers, reclaim the parts of ourselves we've abandoned, and remember who we really are beneath all the noise. And I'm so glad that you're here. Whether it's your first time tuning in or your 10th, you've made it back. Welcome home. Before we begin, let's take a moment of stillness, just one breath, taking just a moment to feel your body, letting it all go. And now that we're all here, let's begin.
Okay, so we're welcoming Donna Jolly, the owner of HaloHeat Sauna Studios in Fox Valley, near Fox Valley Mall in Aurora. And so welcome.
Thank you.
I guess we want to know how you ended up deciding to start the sauna studio.
So I like to tell people I was selfish. Everything I do starts because I'm selfish. I'm selfish and I'm petty. But it turns out to be a good thing that I'm that way because even though I'm selfish and petty, I'm also very highly empathetic. And so whenever I do something, I guilt myself and it's like, well, if you're going to do that, what are other people going to get out of it? And so after a long career in corporate life and management consulting and being a road warrior and highly, highly stressed and moving to the suburbs and saying, I want a lot of amenities in my home. One of those amenities was a sauna. And more selfishness came in after having a sauna in my home for a few years, saying, I want a bigger sauna. I want a sauna that I can lay down. Then I also was feeling the need to make a jump from corporate life. And I said, well, what am I going to do with my life if I, leave the 9-to-5 grind? And I said, okay, well, I could buy a business. And I kept looking at this salt cave, but it was all the way up in Evanston. And I was like, I could barely do the commute for the job I was in. I was like, I can't drive from Aurora to Evanston. That's too far. And so then because Google is fantastic, it kept saying, you keep looking at saunas and you keep looking at this salt cave. So do you want a salt sauna? Mm-hmm. And so I said, well, what is this fantastic machinery that you are presenting to me, Google? And I was like, I must have this. And so I immediately filled out the form because expensive things never tell you the price. You have to get a quote.
Inquiry.
Yeah. Yes. The inquiry. So I filled it out and I was like, yeah, I'm getting this. This is what I'm getting. And the lady calls me and we start chatting and she finally tells me the price of the one that I was looking at. And I calmly put my water down and said to myself, thankfully not out loud, oh my God, my husband will kill me if I order this. So I was like, oh, let me make sure it's okay. Yeah. And get off the phone with her. And I was like, there's no way I'm asking him. Not that I say this facetiously, kind of, because I don't necessarily have to ask, but you have a partnership. Yeah. You don't want to just go buy
it's also like a big old sauna.
Yeah.
It's like
that he's going to have to put together.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe you're funding it, but there's a lot going on.
Yeah. So make sure that everybody understands that. But you don't want to throw, a lot of money at something and then, have to explain that. So I said, okay, I can't go to him with this. He'll tell me I'm crazy because we already have one. It's unnecessary, Donna. So I instead start researching and saying, how can I make this a business model? And that's honestly what I did. And I looked at some potential competitors at the time or future competitors. And I said, I could do this. I could make it better. Mm-hmm. And what do I want to do? And so I started to draft a business plan. And then after I completed the business plan, including a financial projection, because I am that type A personality, I then took it to my husband and said, babe, I know what I want to do with my life now. And he was like, huh? Oh my God. And so I explained everything. I showed him my beautiful, beautiful pitch deck. And he was just
you went corporate on this.
Oh, always. Even how amazing. I developed the business, it's straight corporate. Like it is
so impressive.
We make decks.
Yes.
I am a management consultant at heart. I make decks. I still make decks. I make my staff make decks now. It's like, oh, you're gonna tell me something?
Make it pretty.
Present it to me.
Yes.
So yes. So I did that. And he bought in because it was so just on point. And then he's like, okay, how are we going to fund this? And I was like, oh, well, we'll use the ROBs. We'll have a rollover and develop a corporation. And so he's just like, oh, okay, okay. And so we created Wells & Corp. And we said, okay, but even in Wells & Corp, we said, it's a broader wellness business. And just one arm is HaloHeat Sauna Studios.
Okay.
And so that is kind of the birth of how I got into it. I was stressed out. I wanted out of corporate. I was selfish and I wanted a sauna for my house. And in the end, but here's the kicker. I still do not have the big sauna in the house.
I was just going to ask that. Well, does the sauna, though, help you with your stress, though?
It does.
Okay.
Absolutely. It does. I need to know. It does. I got the small, so because again, selfish, I was like, wow, we need to make sure that, the sauna is going to work and we need to understand how to put it together and, all of its features because we're going to have to train staff. So
you should probably invest in this for the business opportunity.
Yes. So I got the smaller one. So I still can't lay down.
Yeah.
But I have the smaller one in the house and we still have the slightly larger one in the basement.
Okay.
But if I want to lay down, I use the ones at the studio.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
I use both. Yeah. And I'm way less stressed now. It's great.
Oh, good. Just to make sure.
No, I am saunaing. If you don't know, saunaing is great for stress reduction.
And so I guess we need you to walk us through all the different options you have at your studio and how that helps people.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So when I decided what to include or exclude, I said, what are the things that I like? What are the things that I do? What are the things that are, up and coming that people should know about? So salt therapy in and of itself it's been around since the 1600s, I believe, 1800s, something like that. It's been around for a long time.
Okay.
Started in Poland. A doctor in Poland was trying to understand why the miners of the Salt Cave weren't ever getting sick. And it was because salt is antimicrobial, antibacterial. And so as they were mining the salt, the salt particles in the air, they were inhaling it and it was cleaning their lungs and keeping their lungs like super high functioning.
Wow.
And so then after they would close sections of the mine, they would turn them into like sanitariums. So if people would get sick, they would send them there to get better. And then because that started to catch on, it was like if you weren't, in Poland, they would be like, oh, you have to go seaside because it's something about that sea air helps you. So over time then I think it was a Russian guy kind of made a halo generator next. And so that kind of helped make it commercialized where you could start to use this machinery and not have to go sit seaside or go to some salt mine and sit in a mine. And it took hold, I would say, more so ironically, like in Florida here. When it finally came over to us, it was like Florida. What, I mean, a lot of retirees.
Yes.
So a lot of people down there do sauning and look for ways to improve their health, improve their longevity. And so that was one of the areas that kind of really highlighted. I found out, and the company that I purchased the saunas from is located out of Florida. And so salt therapy, great for the respiratory system. And it's also really good for your skin. So if you have any kind of like acne, eczema, rosacea, anything like that, it's really great for your skin too. So salt therapy, I said, more people should know about it. Now that I know about it, I think everybody should know about it. It's great. Absolutely fantastic.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please stop me because I will talk.
Okay, well, no. But I'm just like, I'm so excited about this because I actually just started using sauna this year.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I had no idea. It's an infrared sauna.
Yes.
And I had just had no idea the effect of my nervous system. I would come out and be like, I am not the same person.
Yes.
Like, who was that scary person?
Yes.
It's so fundamentally changing. Maybe it's to each their own, but for me,
no, it's
just
100%.
Literal night and day, like even how I show up the next day or a couple of days after, like so dropped into my body, so much more focus and just beyond the relaxation. That's like a tip of the iceberg for me.
Yes. Do you know why?
Not really, honestly. That's
okay,
why
I can tell.
Like how
I can tell you why.
I ask so many questions.
I can tell you why.
I don't want to mess up your structure.
No, there's no structure.
Okay,
This is all us.
Okay.
This is great. I do better off the cuff anyway, so it's great. Now I have to like go back. Like I'll say, so and so doctor from, like I said, the guy in Poland. Like I cannot remember names.
We'll drop links.
Yes, please. And you can Google everything I'm saying. You'll find the guy. But so saunas work at a cellular level. Infrared saunas. Okay, so traditional sauning versus infrared sauning. Two different types of sauning. They help in similar ways, but slightly different ways. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the traditional Finnish style of sauning, which most people are like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You walk into a room, it's hot already. You're in there maybe like 10 minutes because you're just like, I'm suffocating. This is how you get out. But if you do that over time, your body gets, it's hot.
Like this gives me anxiety.
Yes, it's uncomfortable. It's like, oh my goodness, it's overwhelming. But if you're one of those people that can handle it and do it, and you do that over time, it helps with your immune system. It helps with, your cellular function because you're going from that rapid temperature change, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. You don't have to jump into a cold body of water afterwards. Finns do. That's where the whole contrast therapy comes in. But just the fact that you're going hot, cold, in and out of something, and it's very, very hot, and then you go back to room temperature and let your body temperature drop again and go back in, you're basically giving yourself a fever, reducing the fever, giving yourself the fever, reducing the fever, and your body goes into overdrive. Your immune system goes into overdrive. So that's like the traditional sauna, right? Okay. Same thing with if you add the cold plunging. Now I'm gonna make a little note on the cold plunging for those people that are like, contrast therapy, it's great. Okay, the research around contrast therapy was done for white males.
I'm so glad you are going this route. Yes.
And I'm not for white males.
For it was the research body that they used was white males. I'm gonna point that out.
Thank you.
Now, with that being said, if we think about Eastern medicine and what they say about women in our bodies. Now, there are some women that are like, I live by the plunge.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. My immune system is great. Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you. And I'm going to kind of come back to that point. So just kind of remember it.
Yes.
But for the majority of women, it is not conducive for us to be jumping into cold water if you want your lady parts to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
That's number one. And then two, what you said, Michelle, stress. You've now stressed your body in one way, and now you're stressing your body in a different way. And what does that do? Immediately
Get you sick.
Well, not even just sick, but your
cortisol.
yes,
Cortisol.
your cortisol
Stress
levels will go
hormone,
through the roof. So you're trying to like lose weight,
Forget it.
reduce water,
so you're not
bloating,
gonna
and all
lose
this
weight,
stuff.
which is the goal.
Exactly,
Right?
it's complete opposite effect.
Yeah.
And that's the vast majority of women. But yes, there are some women, and now I'm going to kind of tie that in, hormone level differences. So maybe, the way that your body composition, your genomic composition is different. Yeah, okay, have fun. But the rest of us, if you want to do some cold contrast therapy, you just hop in the shower real quick.
Links.
Yeah, you could do
So
that.
that's
Yeah,
I do
just
it in
do
the
a
shower.
quick
Makes me
shower.
feel so much better because I hate the cold plunge.
Yeah, but
But
and don't put it on your
Ayurvedic? Is that how
head.
you say it? Where it's like warming
Yeah.
the womb?
Yeah.
I said that right.
Ayurvedic.
Ayurveda. I've heard that before. So
Yes.
that's like what you're referring to.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you want your lady parts to be happy,
Yes.
don't do the cold plunge.
Leave
But
it
if
to the
you don't
guys.
care, or if you have that a lot of Nordic going on and your genes say you're good with it, have fun.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. No one's going to stop you. But they also did say, though, that if you do cold plunge, it technically still should be warmer than what most men use. Just going to note that, too. But, yeah. Now I forgot where I was at, though.
You were going
infrared.
yes, infrared.
That's where I was going. So the infrared.
Wait, I'm going to pause you for a
Okay.
second. So when you're talking about a normal sauna, are you talking about the ones that are like dry or steam?
Dry.
Okay, and do you know what the steam?
So when you pour like the water on the rocks and it kind of gives that steam, it does help with the respiratory, kind of like help clear it out, because some people when you're in that super dry heat, it becomes overwhelming. And so like if you like, I think asthmatics have a harder time being in that kind of environment. So having some moisture in the room will help allow you to kind of be able to breathe.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now the difference with infrared sauna, and I'm so glad that they created these machines, is that it does the similar type of process of mimicking a fever, but it does it gradually and with your body. It works with your body instead of your body having to adjust.
Awesome.
So the stress that it creates is way less, so you don't have to worry about that cortisol spike. And it works at a cellular level because those infrared rays are able to penetrate your skin.
Got it.
So if you do the far infrared sauna, it can get really deep into your skin, go down to the cellular level, and it works on the mitochondria of our cells. So the little, remember from school, the little furry things, the powerhouse of this. I was just, okay, so really quick aside, I have a niece. She's 9, and we watch Storybots together. And there's this one that talks all about DNA, like it's called Why Do People Look Different? And so they talk about DNA, they talk about cells, and then why do people get sick? That's the one that talk about the cells. Yeah. So little plug for Storybots for anybody that doesn't remember science. It's a great show to like remind you about science. So I watched that with my niece. But mitochondria, yes, the powerhouse of the cells are little furry things, and they help the cells kind of do the functions that they're supposed to do. And so those infrared rays will hit those cells, mitochondria, and it just wakes them up. And it's like, oh, I was supposed to be an immunity cell. Let me go search out some bad things.
And absolutely activating.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So like not just what you're feeling, but like on a cellular level.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. So it's inside out versus outside in. That's the key difference between traditional sauna versus infrared. And when you start coupling it with other activities, now you're like layering your modalities, you're getting like the biggest bang for your buck. So that's when people start talking about like biohacking or, longevity hacking. So the way that we present it is you do your salt first because you don't want to be
What does
hot-
this look like though? So for people who are hearing you for the first time, like have no idea, like what does this look like in your
in the facility?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so all the rooms are private. So whereas
It's almost like little studios.
Yeah, so little studio rooms within the broader studio. And so most traditional saunas, you'd walk in and they're communal and they're just like, big and large. Ours are booths.
Love.
So the first size that we have can fit up to 3 people, but we say it's your choice. So nobody's going to just walk in on you. It's if you want to bring somebody, otherwise you have the space to yourself. And if you're under about 5'6", you might be able to lay down in that sauna. Just so you know.
The shorties.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And a 6 foot, we have a bigger sauna. So that one can fit up to 4 people. The benches can come out of it. So it also has like a ramp. So if you need like some assistance, your ADA or whatnot, we can help you get into the sauna as well. And that one's good for like also if you want to practice like yoga or something inside the sauna.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it can fit a yoga mat very easily. So you can do more things in that one. I did a Tabata workout in there. I was trying.
I would pass away. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
But wait, okay, so I'll say this. I did it while it was heating up.
Okay. Well, what do you go to? What's the temperature that you go to?
So
since you're like probably you're like a pro at this point.
I always do salt sauna though. So by the end of the session, I think the highest it got once was like 141 or something like that. Yeah. And we start them out room temperature. So our recommendation is you do your salt while the booth is warming up. So we start all our booths room temperature. So you go in, it's nice, it's fine. And the salt starts, you don't really see it. It's fine particles of salt just in the booth. Over time, as you're sitting there, if you lick your lips, you'll taste it. So you know it's there.
But you're not like going to like a salt cave.
No.
This is like a machine that's this is like created dual experience. It's all visible.
And you're not like a float tank or
That's
anything.
That's what I'm saying. Just because I love all these things, but I've never I just want to make sure we're all creating the right visual for our listeners.
Think a large sauna booth and you just go in it. And you'll hear like at the beginning while the salt is happening, you'll hear like a bit of grinding, which is the halo generator working. And it is a dry aerosol that sprays into the booth. Then after the booth reaches 104 degrees, the salt automatically stops. So that's usually around the time that people may start to sweat.
Okay.
So you're at 104 degrees, you're saying you're giving your body a fever.
Got it.
Think of it like that because those infrared rays are pumping 104 degrees into your body. Now at 104 degrees, it's like being outside on a nice sunny day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not like uncomfortable.
I can't breathe. Yeah, no, it's normal.
It's just normal. And you've got a TV on. You get some people like put, meditation on or ASMR things. Other people watch Law and Order and Hell's Kitchen.
How long should someone stay in that booth?
So we have 45 minutes is what we say. Yeah, we give you plenty of time.
Okay.
And that's because we started at room temperature.
Okay.
So by the time it gets to 140 degrees, it's probably about 20 minutes into the session.
Okay.
So the last 20 to 25 minutes of the session is when you're actually getting that higher heat infrared. So then by the time it ends, that's when you might max out. Now here's where it gets fun. Some of this is based off of the individual. So I had one person, it maxed out at her at like 150. Wow. Then we have, that means she's giving off a lot of heat and a lot of heat's coming into her. So it's like.
I was going to say the highest I ever went was like, I think right over 150.
Yeah.
But it took a couple sessions to work up to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you can't, it's like a muscle in a sense.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but most people, it'll end around like between like 120 and 125.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming out and they're sweating.
Yeah.
Now, some people are like, no, I need it to be like hot when I walk in. So we do have some clients that they're like, skip the salt. I just want to be hot. I want to get a good sweat for the whole time.
Yeah.
So we'll preheat the booth for them. We don't turn the salt on. We just turn the sauna on, let it run, let it get hot. By the time they get there, it's well over 100 degrees. those usually will definitely end in the 150s. And they're just like, yeah, I need it hot. I want to be hot. I don't know why they want that.
They
but
probably
hey.
have ADHD like me, where I'm like, I need something to force my brain to slow down. Because that's been my experience with sauna. It's like going into it, granted, 150 is always like, that's like I think maybe my most. But like every time that the biggest benefit for me is like a completely balanced mind-body connection.
Yes.
So my mind is always, I jokingly say, but I am very ADHD in the sense I have so much energy, like mental energy. Like the minute I wake up, it's on. And so breath work and my other practices are like way more of a lifeline for me to like actually move the needle and get things done. And then introducing sauna, it was just like this missing link because I don't have to do anything. You just sit. And then it just happens. And it's like, this is great.
Yes. And it sweats it out.
So incredibly helpful.
And sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, this is getting hot. So you're thinking about what you're doing versus something else.
Yes.
I totally understand.
Yes. So I didn't mean to derail you. I just think it's like, it is like, I can't believe I just started doing it. Like, what have I been waiting for? It's so incredibly helpful.
It is. And also they found that infrared helps with the sleep cycle as well. So if you do, we have people that like to do it in the evenings because it helps them relax, de-stress from the day's work. And so then they sleep better. But yeah, so it helps with your sleep cycle. It helps. We've also found that it helps with like perimenopause and menopause.
Yes.
Like to help regulate your hormones so that you're not having like crazy hot flashes. So like it is the benefits. The only like negative is you have to make sure that your sauna doesn't emit a lot of EMF. So as long as you're not getting a whole bunch of EMF on your sauna, and the saunas we use are very, very low EMF. So as long as your sauna that either you purchase for your home or that you decide to go to, if they're doing infrared, as long as it's not, it's a reputable version of a sauna, that's pretty much the only downside. And most people can do it. We've had, now I'm going to say this also, make sure you talk to your doctor before you do it if you have any medical conditions. But we have had people that have had heart surgeries, former cancer patients. They're saying that it's really good for actual.
I was going to ask you about that.
Patients.
Yeah, do
yes.
you see a lot of, because my mother-in-law just went through breast cancer, and I wish we would have known about this for her. It sounds like it would have maybe helped the cells do the right things instead of the wrong things.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, we do. We've had a few post-cancer survivors come in, and we always do. We say, okay, make sure your doctor says it's okay, and they do. And it's like, okay, and they come in, and it does. It is very good for cancer survivors. It's good for people that have mental disorders. So there was a study done in Finland, Finland University, where they studied different people that had depression, and they found that their core temperature was lower than the average core temperature.
So interesting.
And so they prescribed Sonic. They said, okay, look, we're the happiest country on earth. Why are you unhappy here? Like, there's something wrong. So they prescribed extra sauning time for these people. And over time, they then retested their core temperature, and it had come up. So now their body was functioning better, and their core temperature was now back in range. And they were reporting that their depression had gone down.
So
wow,
really cool.
Yes.
That is so interesting.
Yes. So mental health, physical health, emotional health, sleep health.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
So I'm sorry, I'm asking all the questions. I'm like just so excited that we get to talk to an expert. So outside of like activating the mitochondria in like that cellular like health, what could you tell us more about the detoxification that's happening?
So it's
does it happen? I don't know.
So yeah, okay. So I'm trying to remember. I was listening to what was that? See this? I don't remember names. It was some doctor, and he was like, people are sauna, and I detox, and it's just sweat. Sweat isn't the detoxification process. And so I had to because, I think it was like a blurb, how they start with a blurb. And I was like, what? I was like, but saunas do detox. And so then I had to listen because, contextually, when somebody says something, if you don't hear the whole context of it, then it's like, okay, wait a minute. So I actually listened to it. And then it made sense to me. I was like, okay, so yes, sweat is the body's way of cooling you. Mm-hmm. So this also goes with why you don't have to actually get those super high levels of heat in order to start to have a super sweat. That's the body's way of trying to cool you down. The detoxification comes from the cellular function.
Got it.
So say when we're talking about fat loss, fat release, right? So again, infrared rays are penetrating the body and telling cells what they're supposed to be doing. And the fat cells, which love to stay closed, are getting rattled. Oh, I gotta explode.
Interesting.
That is the detoxification process. There is actually opening those cells to release. So then when you then go expel, you have now detoxified yourself.
Yeah.
So that's so cool.
I just, thank you. I just learned something.
Right? But I mean, it's it makes so much sense when you think about it.
It's I was viewing that as an animation of how that goes. It's because you said the story bots. I'm like, this is the story
I'm going to start singing in a second. Yeah. They shouldn't have put us together. You guys we should be because all of a sudden I'm feeding off you. Because that's how I am.
I'm waiting for when you guys talk about biohacking.
The last thing I was going to say, I didn't mean to side rail so much. This is so incredibly helpful. So regular sweating, so you say you're on a run outside, is your body's way of cooling you down.
Yes.
But when you're in an infrared sauna, especially with the Halo.
Or the salt therapy.
Yes. Salt therapy.
Yeah. Halotherapy, salt therapy.
That detoxification from the infrared is happening at a cellular level so that when you are sweating in that scenario, that is a detoxification.
It can. You can be expelling. Or when you go to the restroom after.
Okay.
It will expel.
So cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And everything is, in a sense,
and actually
expelling.
Also, even your breath. When you breathe out, you're actually, what was it? I was at, pre me even having this, because again, I do a lot of self-experimentation. We can talk about that with biohacking.
Yeah.
So I was at some med spa and they did the red light and ultrasonic cavitation on me and all this other stuff. And then they wrapped me in one of those body wrap infrared saunas.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And I had the seaweed gel in it. So I'm getting seaweed gel collagen pushed into me and then but it's all getting heated up with the infrared sauna. And so then
you were baking.
Yeah. And then, yeah, pretty much.
With top tier
I was a burrito. It was great.
So cool.
But yeah, and then they after all that, then they're like, okay, now go stand on this vibe plate so it will, get your lymphatic system going.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then you'll have to go to the bathroom. I thought she was kidding.
No.
100% true.
It was
I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Step 2 and 3.
Yes. And it's and now you're detoxified.
Oh my God.
That's what people
amazing.
want.
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
So yeah.
Cool.
So it's even when we're breathing out, on the run, the action of the exhale is exhaling the fat.
Yeah.
It's our whatever the way that our body expels is getting rid of toxins.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And most of us are sedentary and are not doing anything. This is why all these
we need to
things
do these extra
are helpful to do. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're just sitting down at a desk usually.
Yes.
So, okay.
Totally.
So now you guys know I have 2 saunas. I also have 2 vibe plates in my home too.
Oh my God.
So
They're amazing.
I've seen those.
I'm a little bit extra, but
And you do not have a problem going to the bathroom.
No, I don't.
Wait, have you guys tried a Vibe plate?
No, I probably tried it at Export Fitness once.
I was going to say, I think they have them.
And I see them on, like TikTok or something.
Yeah.
These ladies are just standing.
Yeah,
shaking.
you stand there. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. If you can go back and find, like, back in the 50s and 60s, the women's gyms back then.
God.
Were they on those plates?
No, it wasn't but it was these belts. And I remember when I was a kid. Now I'm about to date myself.
Okay.
But I remember as a kid, I went to a gym with my mom. It was like pre-Curves Fitness.
Okay.
So it was another kind of women's gym.
Yes.
And this might be like the 80s. And I remember this machine that had a belt. And she was like, "Oh, you just wrap it around your hips. Jiggles, 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 jiggles." And I thought it was a joke. I was like, this cannot be a workout.
This is a crazy
But it was the
contraption.
pre-Vibe plates, basically. It just shakes your lymphatic system.
Right.
That's
So
what it
awesome.
does. So you see these old, you see these old videos, and the chicks are doing like the pseudo Pilates, like pre-Pilates exercises, like the leg lifts and stuff. And then you see the women in the background, and they're just like,
Well, I've tried those multiple times, and then the gym I was at for a while was the Health Flex, the Rush Copley Health Flex. You guys might be familiar with that.
Yeah.
And they have like two amazing ones that like have like handles, and like they're huge. And like I would just honestly, before even stretching or anything, I always go and do like, 8 minutes or something on there, and like do like, slow stretching on it. But it's like it's like a whole different workout after that, because your body's like woke at you. It's like all waking up, and then you're feeling so much more like loose and like connected to your body. Like I don't know the scientific effects, but I'm like, I love this.
so those, I'm going to tell you, they help with blood flow.
Yes.
And they help drain the lymphatic system. And it was and I only even brought these up because, so I said I had two of them, and we went to the biohacking conference this past weekend. And my husband, there was a vendor there that had like the new version of the Vibe plates, and I was looking at them. I was like, "Oh, can I get a new one?"
Yes.
But my husband, of course, was like, "Donna, we have some at home." But we got to try them out. So we tried them out, and as we're on them, we didn't tell the vendor that we already had some, but the vendor was telling us, the rationale. Now, I've told my husband they're good for you, and they help with your alignment. So even our chiropractor has them.
Oh, wow.
At his office. So after you get adjusted, it helps set your alignment.
Becoming more mainstream.
Yes.
Nice.
And so he'll use them at the chiropractor office, but he won't use the ones at home. I'm like, why do we pay for these
So
things?
funny.
But at any rate, so after hearing the vendor's spew
Yes.
of all the same things that I've told him, he was like, I'm going to have to start using the one at the house.
Every time.
Yes,
Every time.
That makes sense now.
An expert told
Yes,
me.
dear. Yes, dear.
I've been telling you.
Or it's like, oh, I heard this new idea. It's like, I've been telling you that for 5 years.
Right.
But it's like, oh, I'm so glad for you.
It's common.
Great, that realization you just had.
Yeah.
It's a good thing Justin's not here.
Yeah.
But I usually, we have one in the gym, and then the other one is like, it sits under my desk so that if I'm sitting all day, then I can,
That's a great idea.
use it to keep my legs.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised that you don't have one of these. For some reason, I just feel like this is like a biohack that you would have.
And
I think, and maybe a lot of listeners too, it's like you could, for me, I get overwhelmed easily. And then I'm like, I'm going to be going to hot yoga, the steam shower, the Vibe plate, the cold plunge. I mean, I'm not going to get shit done.
You're going to be me.
I know.
We're all just going to be women of leisure. That's the goal.
That's what we're trying to do here.
Slow
I
down.
have the trampoline, and so I
That's the
figure
same.
that helps with
That
the
little mini
lymphatic.
trampoline,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Somebody else was telling me about, who was it? And they were like, I just got one and it's so much fun. And then I met a lady that has one of those, but then she also she's like 63.
Wow.
It was like, she looked like she was still in her 40s.
It's
That's
amazing.
nice.
And she does that and then joined like a jump rope thing, which I was like, And I was like, I don't know if my knees would. I don't know if my knees could do that.
So we need to get jump rope on a trampoline and then go to the
vibrator
sauna,
underneath
and then the vibe plate.
And tell the men we can't work.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I'm done.
Do you want us to?
I already had my fitness arc. I've done all the burnout.
Oh my God.
Please provide.
Their options is we're forever beautiful.
Yes.
Or we work.
Yeah. True. Real.
So they should pick the beautiful.
They will. They will. They'll be like, okay, dear.
Oh my God.
If we pitch it like that, well, that is sales right there.
It's like, I'll be pretty.
Yes.
That's the goal. But
oh my God.
I think you want to get into corporations, right? Like to help people that are working.
Yes, we do.
Stressed.
Yes. Yeah, so we do. So back to true wellness. Again, the empathetic part of me said, how can I help other people? And so we offer corporate programs.
Awesome.
I didn't even tell you guys the rest of the studio, though.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
There's more. Studio.
All right. There's a massage chair I tried that was very deep massage the whole body.
Yes. It does feet.
I promise I won't sidetrack. It's so exciting.
Yeah. I'm okay sidetracking.
Okay. So you get into the sauna.
You do, yes.
There are different studios.
Yes.
There's 2 different sizes.
Yes.
And then one of them is, what are the sizes? 1's 6 foot.
You can lay down if you're 6 feet in the big one.
Okay.
You can lay down if you're under like 5'6".
Okay.
The standard.
The shorties are good for the standard. Okay.
Yeah. And if you need accessibility assistance,
amazing.
The big one is the best bet for you.
Because there's a ramp.
Yes.
If needed. Awesome.
Yes. But after your session, so now we include towel service and wipes and all of that. Oh, the one thing, because a lot of people are like, you don't have showers.
Oh.
If you do a salt before your sauna, salt, remember, is antimicrobial, antibacterial. Okay. It's a dry shower. You have showered.
Amazing.
So when you sweat, those odor-causing bacteria, the more skin you have exposed. Now, you're in a private room. Okay. I like to go without clothing. Again, we have towel service. Put a towel on the bench. Mm-hmm. Or a bathing suit if you're, super conservative and modest. But I'm like, look, I want my whole body to be covered in the salt.
I am too. I like
literally no
There's
shame.
There's a lock on the door. Yeah. There's a lock on the door and a towel.
Good to know.
Okay. So
there's no peepholes or anything.
There's no cameras. Nobody is going to bother you.
Don't even say that.
Nobody is going to bother you. It's a woman-owned business. It's a woman-owned business. I understand.
The women.
Oh, my God. Okay.
So I go, put the towel down. I get in there, and I just let that salt fall all over me. And sometimes I even rub it in. Like, I will rub it in on my face, especially because I still suffer with acne in this age that I'm in with gray hair. Yeah. So after I finish, all I do is towel off. I might do a little body wipe, put my clothes back on, and then we have our cooling lounge.
Oh, cool.
So we want you to leave relaxed and rejuvenated. So you go in, we have a vibroacoustic lounger. So, sound therapy, vibration therapy, which we were talking about, the vibe plates. Very, very big. Now, this isn't like a workout. It's more of a cellular relaxation. So the frequencies that are used on the vibro lounger penetrate your body. The sound waves penetrate your body. They work at a cellular level to relax you. It is so soothing. Like, you get on there and you think you'd be paying attention to what's going on around you, but people fall asleep like almost instantly. Yeah. Some people have like emotional releases. So we keep a box of Kleenex nearby. So whatever stress you've been harboring that you didn't even realize you were harboring, it will get released on that vibe chair. It is amazing. So then after that, you can go hang out in the massage chairs. So we have 2 different types of massage chairs. The super duper ones that Michelle was talking about, which honestly, sometimes I am like, okay, that's serious deep tissue.
It is serious.
I
Every part of your body is reached.
So after you do leg day, it's a great chair to go sit in.
This is like a post-gym, post-Justin session.
Yes. Yeah, we are all about post-gym.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go hang out in there, you get your feet, your legs, back, shoulders, everything, arms, done. We have another chair that does some slight compression along your legs and then full body. But I always put that one in relax mode. That's my favorite chair. It's smaller. People look at it like, but I'm like, no, try it. Because it does really get your shoulders. Yeah, it gets your shoulders real good and it rocks you. So it's like those, what are those, the baby things that kind of go.
Oh, yeah, like
the super expensive ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't too long.
I know. Whatever that thing is. It's the baby baby rocker for adults.
Okay.
So it rocks you as it's giving you your massage.
Okay.
It is fantastic.
How do you get people to leave? I'm going to go to do this and go to sleep tonight. Do you rent an overnight sleeping area?
That in version 2.0, we might have a 24-hour version.
V2.
Yeah. But no, so honestly, most people when they finish, it's like they leave floating. But they're like, okay, I've done what I've come here to do. We have tea service too, so it's like we give you some nice tea on your exit. So it's really different than other sauna places, and I purposely made it that way. I really wanted people to get a true wellness experience that they can create a micro ritual, have it daily if they want it. We have people that come in daily. It's funny. Like they come in all the time, and when they don't come, I'm like, where are you?
Yeah. Well, so how long then would the full experience? So the 45 minutes that's like pretty normal for like the sauna session, right? Yeah. But then the additional stuff is just kind of at your leisure.
Yes. So the back half is an extra 30 minutes. Okay. We usually say give yourself about 90 minutes. Awesome. If you really want to just relax and do the whole thing, give yourself about 90 minutes.
Awesome.
And do you see people buying like a membership that they can come every day, or do they buy like a package so you come once a week, or what is it normally?
So we have membership and we have drop-in rates. Okay. So for the memberships, we offer a 4, 8, or unlimited. So if you plan on coming more than twice a week, we just say, go ahead and get unlimited. It's the best deal. Yeah. And we do, like I said, we do have people that come every day. And like I said, if they don't show up, we're like, send them a text and find out if they're actually, if they're, and it was funny. We did, so the one client, she was one of our first clients too. And she came from California, so was used to this type of facility. And so bought sight unseen, full on unlimited. And I was like, who is this person? And so she came in, I met her, and then she really became a regular. And then she stopped coming for like a couple days, and we kind of freaked out. We're like, dude, where is she? And so when she finally came back, it was like at least 4 or 5 days that she did not come, and we kind of got worried. Yeah. And so when she came in, we were like, where have you been? And she was like, oh, I had to go for work. We're like, look, you can't, you can't do that. Like, you have to tell us before you go, because we were kind of freaking out. And she was just, so after she kind of laughed it off, but then she went into her session, and when she came out, she was just like, I was thinking about that. Like, I lived in California and I was like by myself, and like, to know that you guys noticed that and actually were like, awesome. Where are you? Yeah. She was like, oh my God, you guys actually care about it. I'm like, yes we care about you. Like, what?
Well, that just says so much too about what even makes us even more different is that you guys are really present and you know your clients. Yeah. And it sounds like a lot of regulars.
Yes. Yes. And it's like, we get to know him. Like, one of the guys, I like call him my uncle. He's not my uncle, but like, we're like, it's like, oh, uncle's coming today. And it's just like, and we know he's like, we even know, like, he'll schedule. And then he'll call us to tell us he's on the way. And he lives in Chicago. Oh, so he drives to Aurora. Wow. God. And he'll call and he'd be like, hey, D, I'm on my way. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be another hour. And he's scheduled for now. Yeah. So we'll like turn on his machine, because he's one that likes it preheated. Yeah. We'll turn his machine on, and then we'll rebook him for the next hour. Because it's like, bro, you are not going to make it. You just called me and said you're on your way.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
the
an
reality
hour.
of Chicago traffic. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So it's like, we know them. We know everybody.
So you're not a franchise or anything like that, correct?
We are a franchisor.
Okay.
So yes, we just like in May announced that we are open for franchisees to solicit and come join us in this wonderful experience.
So you have how many studios?
Right now we have one.
Okay.
I am trying to figure out where I want to put the second one. My broker has sent me multiple locations and I'm like, no, that won't work. So we're trying to figure out the second location. I'm hoping I wanted to have it open by now, the second. But now I'm like, okay, if I can just find a spot before the end of the year, I am doing all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have at least 2 to 3 corporate locations.
And then you said that your company, when you started it and you did your deck and your plan and all that, was going to be more than just this.
Yes.
So do you have other things that you can tell us about or no? Okay.
Yes. So the tea that we use in the studio is Everly tea, which is under the Wells Inn umbrella. And it is sourced from Aurora. We grow it, harvest it, clean it.
Cool.
Wow.
Manufacture it. So we have different blends. And so the mint blend, which is peppermint, spearmint, and chocolate mint. And so even if you don't like mint tea, people that don't like mint tea are like, this is good mint tea. It's something about that chocolate mint. It gives it more of an earthy, mellow taste that just makes it magnifique.
Wow.
So that is like only going to be available in the HaloHeat Studio. So even our franchisees will get that blend.
So cool.
But then Everly itself, we have 3 other blends. We have Ancient Calm, which is my favorite, honestly. It's sage, lemon balm, and the mint blend. Then Bright Bloom is lemon balm and sage. And then Lemon Whisper is the mint blend and lemon.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going on my way home. Like, this is amazing.
I know.
Come on,
Everyone
please
should
no.
stop
Yes, no,
there.
please
So
stop.
exciting.
Yeah, and then the other thing that we have currently is our podcast, which is Salt Sauna Soul, where we talk a lot about salt therapy, sauna therapy, red light therapy. We act silly on the show. My husband is a ham, and it's fun. Sometimes we interview people, but a lot of it is just us just like riffing on healthcare and wellness and life and just being.
Oh, that's
So it's
cool. We'll
fun.
put that in the show notes so people can follow you there too to hear more from you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I want to eventually put under the umbrella, but I don't know yet.
I know.
I have so many
love that
ideas.
it's so like you created it to grow into, which is so visionary and awesome.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of times when people are starting businesses or like you're saying, it's like, I'm ready for my next chapter, leaving in this, they think it needs to be so overly defined where it's like, it doesn't. You did like define like this location and this like experience clearly like incredibly so well thought through. Like every single detail is like ridiculous. Like I
Thank you.
literally am going to go on my way home.
I'm free. Come on.
if I can this week. But just keeping that open and just saying like, let's see what unfolds and like what makes sense after this endeavor. I think that's so awesome and gives people permission to not have to have everything totally figured out.
Yes.
And just like allowing that part to be a journey.
Yeah.
I think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, even in life, like how I kind of live my life ever since I was kind of a kid, I say yes to a lot of things. Like it's interesting. It's like there's 2 parts of me. One part is people will tell me I can't do something and then I'll be like,
You
watch
wanna
me.
do it. Yeah, right.
Because that's the petty. Again, I told you guys, I mean, I try to be high vibe, but I am petty. I'm petty. I'm not going to lie. I'm petty. So you tell me, oh, you can't do it. I'm like, watch me. I can do this. So that's one side of me. And then the other side of me is I'm just kind of like, I'm which may not come out here like in how I'm acting, but I'm actually an introvert. Michelle can attest to it when we're in stuff. Like I'll just be like,
sometimes.
Yes. It's a lot of energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like very kind of just like, but I also will always find that extrovert, and then I kind of like latch onto them, and I'm like, and then they'll just be like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
I love it.
So that's kind of how I lived my life, my entire life. And it's opened so many doors, and I've met so many cool people, and it's just like, and it like has exposed me to so many things that I wouldn't even know about.
Yes.
So that then it's like, oh, this is like my new idea. And then kind of like you, where it's like, I'm always thinking about stuff. I was a serial entrepreneur before I was even an entrepreneur, because I was, even when I was in corporate America, I always had ideas and side things and little things that I was always doing, because it was just, I just have so many ideas. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're in
My
good
husband's
company.
like, I go, you're not listening to me. You don't remember what I was saying and what I'm going to do today. And he's like, that's because you come up with a new idea every day, and you're starting some new business, and I can't keep up with you. It's not
so deeply relatable.
yes.
Funny.
It's like, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, they gotta be done.
I mean, I'm already thinking about, so when I sold my company, I was having a hard time deciding like what I was going to do. So I wrote up, I probably still have it. I can send you a picture, but I wanted to buy a strip mall that I could create like a castle, and in the castle would be all these biohack things, like have like a float tank and a sauna.
We gotta talk.
And
Interesting.
and then so
Yeah.
you go to this one place, like, salons are so out of, like, that's so like last year.
Yesterday.
I
Yes, yesterday.
manifested you people in my life. This is amazing.
You just get to benefit from everything.
I'm just like, this is great.
You used to take like a half a day off of work and go and get your hair done and a massage and your nails done. And now it's like, okay, now you could go to the sauna, you could go to your float tank, you could go to a meditation class and a yoga class and a massage,
I have
all in
to
one
tell you.
strip mall.
This
It's a
is
dream.
okay.
That is, we need, no, for real. I'm like 100%. We need to actually talk.
Yeah.
Like 100%, because I have ideas.
Yeah.
I just spoke this out. I literally last week, because I'm in between where we just signed a lease. We're in a temporary Airbnb. So I'm like disheveled. Like I don't have my eyebrow person. I don't have like my nail place and everything.
Yeah.
And I told Jordan, my boyfriend, I'm like, I am manifesting my most ideal one-stop shop
Yes.
salon.
Yes.
Can get my hair done. It can get my nails, eyebrows, any type of waxing.
Yes.
All the sauna, all the things. Who's gonna make it?
true
And here we are
wellness-
today.
The true wellness center.
Yes.
100% wellness center.
Because it's
Because I'm like, I
I
get
get
efficiency.
So I agree, and that's where that idea came from, because I'm like, I can't stand like my chiropractor's over
Yes.
here, my this is over here. It takes me 30
One
minutes
place,
to get to each place, and then like I'm wasting all this time in the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like a one stop, like I told him, I was like, if I could have somewhere that has all these things,
Yeah.
I would just have it in my schedule like every 3 weeks. I'm
Yes.
always, it's like
This is what you
automated.
do.
This is my self-love day.
Yes.
And I feel amazing after, like, instead of shit, I gotta give my nail appointment. Shit, I gotta do this. It's like, oh my gosh, like it's more stressful.
Yes. No, I'm
There you go.
with
we
you on
got you
that.
on your
Yeah.
next round of.
Oh yeah.
I'll be
Oh,
your
yeah.
first skinny pig. It's fine.
That I
I'll
am,
test
I
out the
am there.
features for you. It's awesome.
All right. Well,
Anything else?
do we have any other questions for her?
I think so.
Okay.
This is amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on our
Yes.
podcast and for letting me pick your brain endlessly and nerding out about all things wellness,
Yeah.
biohacking, and just this amazing business that you've created. So before we hop off, can you tell us where everyone can find you at?
So HaloHeat Sauna Studios is located at 4044 Fox Valley Center Drive in Aurora, Illinois. And for those that are in Naperville, literally it's right off of 59. So it's in your neighborhood.
Amazing. And then anything on socials?
Yes.
Yes. And also your podcast handle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So HaloHeat, you can follow that. That's HaloHeat_Sauna. And then our podcast is at Salt Sauna Soul. You can find us on YouTube. And then we also are on all of the others, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. Yeah. And if you just, it's comedy. Well, it's wellness, but it's funny.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So you won't be bored.
I love it.
Listen to it.
Well,
yeah, it'll be more of this of me.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Awesome.
Love it. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.